Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the National Cricket Center again this morning. And as we prepare for the draft for the 4th edition, something with Dexter, the speaker, something is not, yeah. Okay, so as we prepare for the draft for the 4th edition of our Dream 11 T10 Blast, let me welcome all of you here this morning to the draft. I'm very happy to see so many interested persons, and I hope that at the end of the day, everyone will be pleased and happy with the outcome of today's exercise. So let us all please stand as we open the draft with a word of prayer. And I'm going to try to recite the board's prayer. Almighty God, we thank you for assembling us here in harmony and in brotherhood. We ask, dear God, that as we attempt to carry out our mandate of serving humanity through cricket, you will guide us in our deliberations, inspire us, and be the cornerstone of all that we say and all that we do. And at the end of the day, may our decisions be pleasing to you, satisfying to ourselves and all those in whose service we labor. Thank you very much, gentlemen and ladies. I don't think I missed out any words in the prayer there. Okay, so to begin with, I would like to welcome 2 new teams or franchise in the 4th edition of the Blast, and that is the Parakeet Buccaneers, and we welcome back Blue Devils in the lineup. Gentlemen, a lot of emails will have been exchanged between the board and the owners in respect to the retained players and all that was supposed to happen leading up to today's exercise. We sent out emails to the owners indicating that they had the opportunity to retain up to a maximum of 5 players. That doesn't mean to say that you could go up to 5. You could have retained 3 players, 2 players, 4 players. The word maximum explains itself that you could go up to 5. If you didn't want to go up to 5, you could have gone up to 3 players. This morning, some people is saying that we told them they had to retain 5 players. We never said you have to retain. We inserted the word maximum to let you know you can reach that limit. Okay, so I want to get that straight immediately. This morning, I understand Kean Utley have pulled out of from the team that he was retained for, because he indicated that there was no consultation with him, so he decided to put himself in the main draft. So please take note of that. I think his name will be on the list. You will know the tournament is well run from June the 9th to the 24th. Every single day during the course of that period, it will be staged at the Brian Lara Cricket Stadium. The time of the games are 12 noon and 2:30. You know that the final 11, the final playing 11, have to be submitted at least an hour and 15 minutes. We have to send it to India an hour before, at least an hour before. So we will appreciate if you can submit the final 11 by an hour and 15 minutes before the game starts, so that we will have enough time to send it off to India. With respect to playing uniforms, it is our responsibility to provide uniforms for you all, and we want the teams to indicate as soon as possible if you need any changes to the design of your uniform so that we can inform the manufacturer. It is important that you do that as soon as possible, because there is a designated day for photos where we will hire a professional photographer to come most likely at the Brian Lara Stadium during the the T20 tournament, which starts on Friday, to have these photos taken by your players, because we want the photos to be taken with the top so that we can send that and make the franchise look very professional when we send proper photos off to India. Of course, the player agreements, there are to be signed off on the designated photo days down at the stadium at Brian Lara. Right. With the two new teams, how the draw will take place is that the two new teams will be given an opportunity. Looking at the retained players, there is one team, that is the Sampami Coquerico Cavaliers. They have retained 3 players. So the two new teams will be selecting up front 3 players. After the third draw, Sampami Coquerico Cavaliers will join that 2 teams to select the 4th player. And then Giants, Trinidad and Tobago, by MAC Group, they have retained 4 players. They are going to join those 3 teams to select the 5th player. After the 5th round is completed with the draft, we will have a fresh draw. A fresh draw now with the 8 teams. In the first round, which is the 6th round, with all 5 teams. Now, after the third, with the 2 new teams and the team that select 3 retained players, there was going to be a fresh draw there to say who will pull first. Likewise, for the 4th round, another fresh draw. For the 5th round, that is, sorry. Right? So before you get into the main draw after the 5th round, you will have 3 draws. That is for teams, teams who didn't have 5 players in the retained list. After that, as I said, from the 6th round, the team that pulled 1, yeah.
How is the draw when you take place? Is it after every round, everybody will pull again?
No, no. No, that is too time consuming, and I don't think that anywhere we have seen any round that after every round somebody pulled a draw. Yeah, Omar. Yeah, no problem. Yeah. Well, let us say after that is done, you get a 15-minute break. That's right. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. After the 6th round, what will happen is that the 8 teams will pull again. The team that pull number 1 will of course draw number 1, number 2. The second round in that, which is the 7th round, number 2 will pick first. Yeah. So the 6th round, number 2 will pick first. The 7th round, number 2 will pick first. And you make the circle. The 3rd round, number 3 will pick first. So you're giving every team the opportunity to select first in a particular round. Tiger, with your suggestion, it is not guaranteed that a team will pull number 1 at any time. Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. No, we want everybody to be happy. Colin, you wanted to say something. But now it's 1 to 8. Yeah. Uh, yes, sir. So, Colin, what about the third round now? Who will pick first? Now, let us have one discussion now. Too much of people speaking. Colin, in the third round, if you say the first round, number one pick first, the second round, number eight pick first. That's what you are saying. So, the third round, who will pick first?
Generally, if you look at all the players, they have a pecking order. The top players will go first. If I were to pick if I were to draw number 8, I might get down to whatever player bowling, whatever the partner play, batting bowling. I guarantee the top players will be gone first because number 1 will pick, number 2 will pick, number 3 will pick. By the time I get there, like the last of that group, no disrespect to any player. But the top guy go first. It's just how it is. When you do the other way, you generally have earlier numbers. And you're saying pick again. Yeah. I know what the president is saying. You keep picking and share. You don't pick it on the cabin. Depends on the age of sometimes. That's a full gamble. You put it out there. You can get 1 4 times. You can get 8 4 times. But what I'm saying is the other way is really, I know we used to do it previously. Kumar, you know that. That's how the Supreme does. That's it. We go back, come all the way back. A lot of the franchise
So, number one pick first in the first round, number eight pick first in the second round, number seven pick first in the third round. Eh? No, well, you see, it's working. It is, it is working at a disadvantage for the team that. Yeah, try to. You wanted to say something? Yeah. Now, remember number eight, with what we are suggesting, number eight will pick seventh. And then in the second round, number eight will pick second. In the third round, they will pick number six. And on the fourth round, they will pick number five. Because you're making the circles coming back down. Yeah, amen. Yeah. You know, in age, you know, and I can't remember the last edition how we did it, to be honest. Mr. Ruskin Mark will be conducting the draft. So, three. No, no. They have no, they can't turn down that retention. After today, they'll be, if they turn down, they're out of the tournament. Yeah. Maximum of 5, yeah. No, no. Every team, Jason, every team had that opportunity. As I said before, we told them they had the option, a maximum of 5. Yeah. So what about the new teams? All right, so let us agree that the 2 new teams will select their 5 players. The draft will start in a while. The 2 new teams will select their 5 players. After those 5 players are selected, we will get into the main draw. And then at the end, after the teams get their 14 players, the teams that drafted, that retain the 3 and the 4 players will be given an opportunity to retain the next players to make up the 14 players. Right? Yeah. Yeah. But that's how we're going, Buddhish. Yeah. We want to satisfy everybody and we want to appear to be very fair to everybody, right? So now, Tamara, can we get the 2 envelopes with the 2 numbers, right? Okay, Blue Devils and Parakeet Buccaneers. Blue Devils and Parakeet Buccaneers. Yeah. Yeah, open it, yeah. Is that one? Just making sure you have 2 here. Not one, not 2 ones. Right, good. Right? Ruskin is over to you now.
Thank you, Mr. President. Yeah. Once again, gentlemen, I think it's only fair, just to be clear, Blue Devils will pick first, the Buccaneers will pick second, then, well, but Parkers pick two. Parkers pick one, and Blue Devils pick two, right? Okay. In the next round, it reverses, all right? So Parkers will pick first. Mm-hmm. Again, these are the retained players. I'm not. Mm-hmm. Okay, if Parkers pick first, and then Blue Devils pick second. Then the next round, Blue Devils will pick first, and Parkers will pick second. Parkers will also have consecutive picks after that. Parkers will pick consecutively also. Once it goes along, both teams will get the option to pick first. Let me again, I'm not sure if you guys have this list in front of you. Ron Gutters retained Uthman Mohammed, Joshua James, Nicholas Sukhdev Singh, Vikash Mohan, and Kenroy Jr. Williams. The Sampami Kokriko Cavaliers retained Amir Django, Sharon Lewis, and Cephas Cooper. The Giants TT by Mac Group, they retained Mark Dial, Damian Joachim, Justin Gangu, and Saiba Batu Singh. The Fides Limited Scarlet Eye Scorchers, they retained Tion Webster, Camille Puran, Carrie Pierre, Brian Charles, and Dexter Sween. The Soca Kings, they retained Jason Mohammed, Sunil Narain, Kristen Kalicharan, John Ross Jagesa, and Dejan Charles. And the Steel Pan players retained Imran Khan, Isaiah Raja, Kastri Singh, Dinesh Ramdin, and Jid Guli. So those players are basically off the board as we get ready for today's draft. So the Parakeet Buccaneers will select first. So once again, so that everybody is clear, we are doing 3 rounds with these 2 teams, these 2 new teams, 5 rounds with these 2 new teams. And then after that, it's an open draw thereafter. You basically go in the order of 1 through 8. And then we reverse that order, 8 through 1, and so on. In all, we have 160 names in the pool. Only thing, I don't see my name in the pool, but we'll see. It might be 161 before it's all said and done. And just to reiterate what the president was saying, gentlemen, if you have any changes that you want to uniforms, I suppose it's in your interest to make that known as soon as possible so that we'll be able to accommodate you and make sure that we have all the designs worked out as soon as possible. Also, because it's an official print, we want to make sure that once you make the change, that you stick with that change, because we won't have time to go back to do it subsequently. So let's just have the Parkies Buccaneers with pick number 1. Evan Lewis. Blue Devils. Shannon Gabriel. Blue Devils. Keyshawn Castro. Buccaneers. Keon Otley. Buccaneers. Christopher Vincent. Blue Devils. Daniel Williams. Riyad Emrit, Blue Devils. Buccaneers. Jaden Seals. So that's 4 each. We have 1 to go. Buccaneers. Leonardo Julian. Blue Devils. Adrian Ali. So now we do the draw for the 1 through 8. Okay, guys, we'll have 15 minutes. We'll do the draw 1 through 8, and then we'll take the main draw for the draft after that. Okay. So let me just reiterate. The Parakeet Buccaneers selected Evan Lewis, Keon Otley, Christopher Vincent, Jaden Seals, and Leonardo Julian. And the Blue Devils selected Shannon Gabriel, Keyshawn Castro, Daniel Williams, Riyad Emrit, and Adrian Ali. So you could take those names off the list. Okay, gentlemen, I think we have reached that point where we're about to get ready for what is essentially the 6th round of the draft. And so we put in the all 8 teams now in the pool. And we will call one by one for you to come up and make your selection. Again, the way we're going to do it, let me just go through this so that everybody's on the same page. Whoever picks number 1 will select first, right through 8. Then we do it in reverse, so the second round. 7 will pick first, and we just go on the loop again. In the third round, 6 will pick first. In the second round, 8 will pick first again. No, 6 will pick first in the next round. First, 6 will pick in number 1, position number 1. And then when we go around again, because when we do it that way, 7 will pick last. And because if they pick first the round before, they can't, go higher than the team that was before them. So in other words, the team that is last will just move up 1. Right? So if if the 5th place team picks first, then the next round the 4th place team will pick. So everybody gets a chance to pick number 1 in a round. But then when it gets down to the very end, then we get to the very last round, we may have 1 player that is available. And what we decided to do is we'll do a draw to see who gets that 1 player. I'm not sure. We don't know who the player will be. So we'll do another draw similar to this to see who gets that opportunity to select that 1 player at the very end. Okay, and we just continue. But in the third round, right? Okay. All right. So we're going to call the names now to see who will pick in which particular order. So gentlemen, whoever it is, the representative from each club will come forward and make their pick. And since we had the 2 teams from earlier, can I get the Parakeet Buccaneers to come and pick first? The Buccaneers will pick in the first round. They'll pick in position number 8, Blue Devils. What's sure Blue Devils will pick in position number 7. Now we get down to Run Getters. Yep. Run Getters will select in position number 6. Sampa Army Coquerico Cavaliers. So Cavaliers will put in position number 1. Giants TT by Mac Group. So Giants will pick in position number 4. Fides Limited, Scarlet Ibis Scorchers. Fides Limited. Fides will pick second. Soca Kings. Soca King will select third. And Steel Pan Players. Just to make it official, we should have a 5 in there somewhere. Just to confirm it, the Steel Pan Players will select in position number 5. So here we go, ladies and gentlemen. The order once again: Cavaliers, Scorchers, Soca Kings, Giants, Steel Pan Players, Run Getters, Blue Devils, and Buccaneers. Cavaliers. Repeat that. Sion Hackett. Scorchers. Joshua De Silva. Soca Kings. Jussi Butang. Giants. Kishan Jagesa. Vishan Jagesa. Steel Pan. Anderson Phillips. Run Getters. Mikel Govaya. Blue Devils. Ewart Nicholson. And Buccaneers. Adrian Cooper. Okay, gentlemen, just as we had suggested, number 8 will select first in the second round, or in the 7th round as it is officially. So Buccaneers. Ramesh Brijlal. Blue Devils. Darren Davis. Run Getters. Hakim Mitchell. Steel Pan Players. Rakesh Maharaj. Giants. Sacharan Rambaran. Soka Kings. Shodan Riemann. Jaden Riemann. Scorchers. Fulton Williams. Cavaliers. Amir Ali. So as we go into the next round, number 7 will pick in position number 1. So Blue Devils. Varun Samaru. Run getters. Stefan Ramdial. Steel pan players. Alan Lawrence. Alan Laurent. Giants. Rivaldo Ramlogan. Soka Kings. Nicholas Ali. Scorchers. Kishon Dillon. Kishon Dillon. Scorchers. Cavaliers. Silas Cooper. Buccaneers. Buccaneers. Buccaneers on the clock. Equick Craig. As agreed, number 6 will pick first in this round. Run getters. Kevin. All 8 teams went in the 3rd round, yeah. So number 6 will pick first in this round, run getters. Tavin Jadu. Steel pan players. Steel pan players. Sidel Diaz. Giants. Akil Cooper. Soca Kings. Justin Manick. Scorchers. Shaquille Johnson. Shaquille Johnson went to Scorchers. Cavaliers. Keon Isaac. Buccaneers. Hakeem Chandler. Hakeem Chandler. Buccaneers. Hakeem Chandler. Blue Devils. Brandon Ramdial. Blue Devils. All right, so everybody has selected 4 players so far. As we go to the next round, team number 5 will select first Steel Pan Players. Mario Balcon. Steel Pan Players select Mario Balcon. Giants. Giants on the clock. Giants. Denzel Antoine. Soca Kings. Ansel Bagan. Scorchers. Scorchers on the clock. Kyle Rupchan. Kyle Rupchan to Scorchers. Cavaliers on the clock. Navin Bidesi. Buccaneers. Eric Garcia. Eric Garcia goes to Buccaneers. Blue Devils. Rakesh Sicharan. Run getters. Antonio Gomez. So that completes the round. In the next round, Team number 4 will select first. Giants, you're on the clock. Siraj Sipol. Soca Kings. Giants took Siraj Sipol. Soca Kings on the clock. Yep. While Soca Kings are getting ready to make their selections, coaches, you coming up next. Kern Ramdeen. Kern Ramdeen to Soca Kings. Scorchers on the clock. Kisundat Magram to Scorchers. Again, Kisundat Magram to Scorchers. Cavaliers, you're on the clock. Jordan Warner. Cavaliers selected Jordan Warner. Buccaneers. Kidel Glasgow. Buccaneers have selected Kidel Glasgow. Blue Devils. Stefan Solomon. Blue Devils have selected Stefan Solomon. Run Getters. Jarrell Ned. Gerald Net goes to run getters. Steel pan players. What was his name? Richard Harris. So steel pan players go in with Richard Harris. So in the next round, the third team will pick first Soca Kings. Mikhail Jalim. Mikhail Jalim goes to Soca Kings. Scorchers. You're on the clock. Vikash Harilochan. Vikash Harilochan goes to Scorchers. Cavaliers, you're on the clock. Jeremy. Just to clarify, Cavaliers, Jeremy Solozano. Buccaneers, you're on the clock. Vikash Rampasad. Buccaneers have selected Vikash Rampasad. Blue Devils. Samuel Rupnarain. Blue Devils have selected Samuel Rupnarain. Run getters. Run getters. Run getters. Repeat. James Duncan. Run getters have selected James Duncan. Steel pan players. You're on the clock. Akil Cooper. Akil. Yeah, Akil went to Giants. Yep. Hanuman Munsami. Steel pan players have selected Hanuman Munsami. Giants, you're on the clock. Kivon Kalawan. Giants have selected Kivon Kalawan. Soca Kings. Soca Kings have selected Keegan Jagesa. So that concludes that round. We go to the next round. The team that occupies second position, they will choose first. So we call on Scorchers. You're on the clock. Joshua Ramdu. Scorchers have selected Joshua Ramdu. Cavaliers, you're up next. Avinash Ramdeo Singh. Mahabir Singh. Cavaliers have selected Avinash Mahabir Singh. Buccaneers, you're up next. After Buccaneers, Blue Devils will select. So you're coming up next. Buccaneers, you're on the clock. Javon George. Javon George selected by Buccaneers. Blue Devils. Christopher Ramsaran. Run getters. Sachin Bolkun. Sachil Budkun goes to run getters. Steel pan players, you're up next. Steel pan players on the clock. Keon Wells. Keon Wells goes to steel pan players. Giants. Kevin Rugbeer. Kevin Rugbeer goes to Giants. Soca Kings. Josh Telemark. Josh Telemark goes to Soca Kings. Scorchers. Scorchers on the clock. Shiva Makun. Scorchers select Shiva Makun. Cavaliers. Brandon Phillip. Buccaneers, you're on the clock. And Buccaneers will be followed by Blue Devils. Damian Singh. Buccaneers have selected Damian Singh. Blue Devils, you're up next.
This room is now we pulling the sequel pulling for
No. Mhm. Mhm. To- Yeah, we have we have some teams with 8 and some teams with 9. And Cavaliers picked one before. Scorchers, Cavaliers, and Buccaneers are selected. Two, three, four, five, six, seven, 8, 9, 10. Three of them. Three of them.
Once everybody take the review and see how much they have.
But these are here.
Eh?
These are the numbers here. So these here, Blue Devils up next, right? But they already have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They have 8. These have 9. 1, 2, 3.
You got 1, 2, 3,
They have 9.
6, 7, 8, 10.
No, 9. That's it. That's the name. Right? So they have 9. They have 9. They were to pick next. But they have 8. So it would have been going this way, and they would pick
Blue Devils
first.
have picked 5 first.
But they have 8. So it means they have 13 now if they have their 5 retained players. Right? But everybody else has 3 and 2.
15?
Hmm?
One letters are 15 or 14?
Yeah. All right, so everybody is up to 9 players now. Cavaliers. Ramul Ali. Buccaneers. They're 14 as well. All right. Blue Devils, 14. Run getters. Cavaliers again. The Cavaliers just selected Ramul Ali. And I think David and they have one. Vikash Budram goes to Cavaliers. Giants. Suvi Ramsuk. Suvir Ramsuk goes to Giants. And the final pick for Cavaliers. John Philip Barry. John Philip Barry goes to Cavaliers. Okay, gentlemen, every team should have 14 players in their roster right now. Is there anybody who might be short of a player? No, I'm not making myself available. So I just want to make sure that that all the players, remember, run getters had retained 5 players. Cavaliers had retained 3. Giants 4. Scorchers 5. Soca Kings 5. And Steel Pan Players 5. So they would have each selected 9 players today to bring their tally up to 14. The two new teams have all selected their 14 players. So I think it's all square right now. Everybody should be up to 40. We're just waiting so that we could show the full listing of each team so that there are no discrepancies and you pretty much have the players that you selected showing up on the board, because that is going to be the official list that we're going to be taking forward. So all those players are going to be registered under your franchise name. So best of luck to all the teams. Mr. President, I think based on the list that I'm seeing here, you should expect to have a very competitive 4th edition of this tournament. I think teams have put some thought into the players that they've selected. So here we go. I'm just trying to call the names for you, so I hope I don't block anybody. Scorchers, Carrie Pierre, Tion Webster, Tamil Puran, Brian Charles, Dexter Sween, Fulton Williams, Kishon Dillon, Shaquille Johnson, Kyle Rupchand, Kisundat Magram, Vikesh Harilochan, Joshua De Silva, Joshua Ramdu, and Shiva Makun. For the Samp Army Kokriko Cavaliers, Amir Jangu, Sharon Lewis, Cephas Cooper. They've added Sion Hackett, Amir Ali, Silas Cooper, Keon Isaac, Jordan Warner, Jeremy Solozano, Avinash Mahabir Singh, Brandon Phillip, Rahul Ali, Rikash Budram, and Jean-Philippe Barry. Steel Pan players, Imran Khan, Isaiah Raja, Shastri Singh, Dinesh Ramdin, and Jit Guli were their retained players. They've added Anderson Phillip, Rakesh Maraj, Alan Laura, Sidel Diaz, Mario Belcon, Richard Harris, Hanuman Munsami, Dion Wells, and Brandon Maraj. Run getters, Utman Mohammed, Joshua James, Nicholas Sukhdev Singh, Vikash Mohan, and Kenroy Williams. Mikhail Govaya added, Hakeem Mitchell, Stefan Ramdial, Javon Jadu, Antonio Gomez, Jarrell Ned, James Duncan, Sachin Butkun, and Matthew Patrick. For the Soca Kings, Jason Mohammed, Sunil Narayan, Kristen Kalicharan, John Ross Jagesa, and Dejon Charles, Chedion Raymond, Nicholas Ali, Justin Manik, Ansel Bagan, Jesse Bhutan, Kern Ramdeen, Nicolas Jalim, Keegan Jagesa, and Josh Telemak. Giants TT by Mark Group, Mark Dial, Damian Joachim, Justin Gangu, Saiba Batu Singh, Shatrugan Rambaran, Rivaldo Ramlogan, Akil Cooper, Denzel Antoine, Suraj C. Paul, Clevon Kalawan, Kevin Ragbeer, Vishan Jagasa, Andy Alexander, and Suvir Ramsuk. The Blue Devils, Shannon Gabriel, Tishon Castro, Daniel Williams, Riyad Emret, Adrian Ali, Ewart Nicholson, Deron Davis, Varun Samaru, Brandon Ramdial, Rakesh Sicharan, Stefan Solomon, Samuel Rupnarain, Christopher Ramsaran, and Aaron Natram. And the Parakeet Buccaneers, Evan Lewis, Keon Otley, Christopher Vincent, Jaden Seals, Leonardo Julian, Adrian Cooper, Ramesh Bridgelal, Ikwe Craig, Akeem Chandler, Eric Garcia, Kidel Glasgow, Vikash Rampasad, Javon George, and Damian Singh. So those are the players selected. Congratulations to all the players, but congratulations also to the respective teams, and may the best team win. If you have any discrepancies, I don't think you could change a player right now. I don't think you need to change anybody right now. I think you're pretty much happy. Gentlemen, best of luck. It's been a pleasure working with you all, and I really hope that you all produce some outstanding performances. I know the familiar thing is may the best team win, and I suppose that's the way it should be, because everyone cannot win, but I suppose everyone can play up to their true potential. And when you do that, the result really is secondary.
Gentlemen, just to add what Ruskin said is that I would also like to congratulate all the teams and thank you all for the support and the cooperation that you have given to us today. I hope that at the end of the day, all the teams are satisfied with their squad that was chosen. And also let me add that I want to wish all the teams all the best. And of course, we are looking forward to see some very high quality cricket in this year's 4th edition of the Trinidad T10 Blast. I know Vinod would like to make an announcement, which we have discussed with the people in the United States of America, and Vinod would like to make this announcement at this time. Vinod?
Afternoon, gentlemen. So there was some discussion between the president of the Trinidad and Tobago Cricket Board and Cricket Council USA in terms of helping Trinidad and Tobago players. We know that there are players here like we had who would normally go to the US Open. But the relationship is now deeper and further, where we are now going to take players not only from our franchise, which is the MAC Group, we are going to take players from across the whole spectrum. The owners will be looking at players, looking to invite them to the US. As a matter of fact, we have already started, and this month 2 players will be going. Because again, we want to strengthen that relationship between the Trinidad and Tobago Cricket Board and Cricket Council USA. There are some further announcements that will come in the months to come, but now there's a relationship between TTCB and Cricket Council USA. Also, we'd like to announce that the teams that are playing against the MAC Group team, in addition to whatever the organizers have in place for the man of the match, we will be giving a separate man of the match worth 500 TT to not only our players, but whoever our players play against. So it's just a little incentive for, we believe in going across the board. And again, that is one of the initiatives that we're taking to help Trinidad and Tobago's cricket. There's also talk of an academy coming on the way. I know Emirates will be excited about that academy. It's for young players, and he's working with the young players. And I think I was told he's not playing in this Dream 11. I think he's coaching the national under 17 team. But having said that, guys, thank you. I want you, and the discussion between the president and the chairman of Cricket Council USA, Mohammed Qureshi, was that not only will the players be benefiting, but also the managers, the coaches. And I think these guys really deserve a lot as well. So that relationship has started, and let's look to take it forward. Sudesh Jagisa was also involved in the discussions across there as well. So these are the guys to be in touch with, and I just want to wish all the teams all the best.
Thanks, Vinod. Again, the teams are on the board. Ruskin would have read out each team, and from what I gather, that is the team that those teams that are assigned to your team is exactly what took place in the draft. We didn't hear any complaints, so as far as we are concerned now, that those are the 14 players that are assigned to the respective A teams. Okay, lunch is prepared for everybody. We ask that you remain partake of the lunch. Lunch is at the back there. Again, yes, Mr. Khan. Yeah. Well, as with the previous 3 editions, the board will be providing the uniforms, the board will be providing meals on a daily basis to the teams, and balls for the tournament. Any other expenses, there are some Tobago players who are chosen today. Those Tobago players will be housed, if you wish, at the National Cricket Center here, the Sir Frank Worrell Development Center, free of charge by the board. It's just the only thing is that you have to provide the meals for them. But we will see about the bed sheet, wash the bed sheet and clothes and so on. You provide the bills. Okay? Any questions before we close? Okay then, thanks very much. Lunch is served.